Lee, Neil, and we're going to do one of our legendary track walks for you here at Yatabe Arena. I'll start. We're going over the finish line, nicely carpeted, and then I guess this is our second loop. Yeah. Right, so we're into our first corner, AstroTurf track, obviously a little bit different for a World Championships, normally dirt, first time on Astro. So first corner, I mean, there's no bumps on this track, firstly. It's dead flat, it's been put on top of a touring car track, so I can't really talk to you about bumps or anything. Fence at the end of the straight, guaranteed someone's getting a wheel caught in that at some point. Yeah, most likely Australian, and he's probably going to be drunk. Yeah, so around the first corner, there's no dramas here really. Just try and stay close as you can to the bot dot. If you're tapping it, you might be in the fence, so yeah, just keeping off it. And then we're coming into our first jump. I'll let Neil talk you into the first jump, even though I've done my little bit.
All right. Well, we're not allowed to walk on these jumps, so this bit might be a little bit tricky to film. But yeah, I mean, first roller, nothing too crazy. You don't want to get too much air off there. You know, if you're landing with any lock on this surface, you're being marshaled pretty much. Nice long tabletop. Again, I mean, to be fair, from the rostrum, it's got a bit of a blind spot on the takeoff. But because it's so wide and so big, I think it's not going to be a massive problem. Make sure you miss the trophy that I'm going to be taking home at the end of the week. Nice long down slope. No problems.
Dodge some people.
Yeah, you got to dodge these crazy guys as well. Now you want to be right on the apex, really tight. But I'm a little bit wary of this because you don't want to get your wheels caught in there. You shouldn't do, but it can happen, and it could be a turnbuckle breaker or something like that. So we'll see what happens. And then we're on to another jump section, which Lee's going to take over.
Yep. So this is quite an easy double. I mean, you want to come tight out of that corner. Again, we're not going to walk over it. There's a fence to your right, which could draw a few people in. So you might see some tyres caught in that fence. From there, we're going straight into our little single, which again, as Neil says, if you kind of jump in round the corner and you got a bit of lock on, you could be grip rolling there. There's no marshal point really in that corner. Number 5 is over there, but it's not that close to it, so that could be a point where someone could crash. And from there, we're shooting into number double, which is basically a carbon copy of this first one here. So we're coming into this one. Again, it looks like a relatively simple, easy jump. And then after that, I'll let Neil talk about the bigger one.
Yeah, the little double is pretty straightforward and simple, but I noticed from the driver's stand is because you ride on top of it, it could be a little deceiving, so we'll see how that plays. And then yeah, so double and then straight into the roller, which for me I think you want to be slightly wider coming into it to get a nice apex for the next section. Don't want to get too much air on that because you want to use the downslope as drive to the next corner. Not too tight because we've got the bot dots that are not going to help that car over the next section. So I think you want to be giving yourself a little bit of room here, nice and straight over the next section. Again, double roller. I like all the jumps on the track. They've all got downslopes, which is always a plus. Again, missing another trophy that I'm probably going to be taking on this point. And yeah, hairpin with some kind of feature sticking out. I'm not too sure if that's going to be there for the racing or what that is, but well, we'll see how it goes, and Lee can take the next section, which I think is going to be a bit hit and miss, to be perfectly honest.
Right, yeah, here we go. This is the bit that we don't know anything about because we haven't driven it yet. But basically what we have here is some rubber strips that have been screwed into the floor. I don't know what they were in a first life. Something, door strips or something like that. So there's a couple of issues that could rise here. Normally, if you put something like this in a track, the car doesn't like it. It normally hits it does funky things. Secondly, screw could kind of pop out of them, and it could hurt your car. People will be hitting them quite hard, so you never know if a screw could come out, and then that could cause some damage. So there's 5 of these things, all equally spread. It's a really wide section of the track. This is a bit that I'm really not sure how it's going to work. If they work way better than I'm expecting, you could actually kind of double some, but I'm not expecting great things from them. We will see. That's kind of, yeah, we can update that later in the week. After that, it's relatively easy, long corner. I say it's easy, I am guaranteed I'm going to crash here. And we go into the last section of track, really, which is kind of your first proper corner section. So I'll let Neil talk to you.
Yeah, looking at the track, this is really the only flat corners, you know, back-to-back corner section on the track. And yeah, it's pretty fast chicane. It's going to be pretty dangerous. Again, you can catch you don't want to be catching your wheel inside that. That might want to be looked at. But you know, fast little Eau Rouge chicane over the roller.
Very flat.
Yeah, it is a flat Eau Rouge. Yeah, roller. No, not much air again. You want to on this track. You want your wheels on the floor as much as possible. Roller, balls out down the straight, hugging the outside line to take a victory, hopefully. And that's your track walk. I'll pass you back to Leroy.
Yeah, this is me. It's going to be signing off. A couple of things, like we always do, think about some things that could play a little bit of havoc. I think early on in practice, the Astro is going to be a little strange. It was run on from the warm-up, but obviously corners are in different places, so the bits that were run on are slightly more compacted, and basically the car floated at the warm-up for a while until the track kind of grooved up. I know it's not grooving up, but that's basically what it did. And it was a strange thing to drive on. I've never driven anything like it. And it kind of floated and crabbed the car, but as soon as it was sideways, it would grip roll. So expect to see some randomness in the first few rounds of practice at least. Just where people have grip in certain places, and then they'll be transferring into bits that haven't been run on, and it'll just feel strange. The other thing I think we should go look at is the driver's stand, because it's a little bit different from what we're used to. I know it looks like you just stand up there, but there's actually like a shelf up there which we could go look at, because it could cause some issues.
Yeah, got the...
I'll let Neil talk to you about the driver's stand.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the tracks. A lot of people love hate with the track because it's AstroTurf, but one thing that can't be denied is this facility is pretty damn good. You know, they've done a really good job. Everything's been looked at, and I think they're on top of everything. And I think it's going to be a good race meeting. But yeah, we got the driver's stand, which is a monster, to be honest. Really long. And we get up here, and yeah, we got air conditioning for the back of your legs. It's really hot in here, so yeah, my legs are going to be really cool while I'm driving. But yeah, with a nice little shelf that you can rest stuff on, and you know, maybe read a book up here for while you're racing and stuff. I think some of the kids are going to be needing some crates to stand on, so because it is a high shelf, so you know, yeah, you just. It's just a little bit close to your radio, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's something different, but I don't think it's going to be a big problem. Yeah. And like I was saying, a little from certain points on the rostrum, the upslope to the tabletop is it's a bit of a blind spot, which is never ideal, but really long downslope, really wide, so it should be okay. You know, it shouldn't be a big problem. And I'll pass you back to Leroy to finish you off.
I'm going to finish you off. So, yeah, that's about it, really. We've done the walk. All we can say is, you know, massive congratulations and thank you to the Itabi Arena and for putting all this on. Obviously, they've done a great job. Very neutral track. No one's ever run on it. So, yeah, thank you, and we'll see you later in the week. Blue cow, green cow.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Hello. Or now I'm gonna have to start. Konnichiwa. Is that it?
There we go.
Hello and konnichiwa. This is me and Neil. That's terrible. We're gonna do that again. We're gonna have outtakes. Yeah. Hi. Konnichiwa.